Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for spending some time with me today. So today I want to work in my, challenge journal that I made last year. And I go, if you might have seen me make this. It's made from a children's board book that I took apart and rebound parts of the cover. I saved some of the boards and put pages in and things like that. So, and I have used this to put in things that I have seen other people do kind of as a challenge. I'd like to try that sort of thing. So that's what this journal is for. So I was inspired. I watched a video by Shanouki Art where she made a grid journal page, and what she did is she kind of cut a rough square and traced around her squares on some paper, and then did mark making, a little bit of collage, little painting, stenciling kind of in each square. And she did the same sorts of things with the same materials, but she did it in a different way, so every square related to each other but looked different. So that was kind of interesting. I thought I had not seen that. I thought it was kind of cool. I will link her video below. So I want to do something similar, but I don't want to do exactly what she did. I want to do something a little bit different. So I want to work on this page today. So I'm going to put some scrap paper under it to protect the page below. So that I don't get paint and stuff on that page. And then I want to. I don't think I really need to clip it down, but I'm going to clip it just so it stays. I'll just clip like one or two little places here just to keep it kind of in from moving around here. I want to work on this page because I feel like this is not something that I would really use very much. I like the colors, but I don't like that it says chirp tweet, that kind of thing. So I thought I would use some washi tape to kind of block off some areas. As I said, she kind of just tore a rough block and then used that. So I want to preserve some of the colors here, but not necessarily, anything else really about it. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape here just to kind of protect that inside edge. And I'm just gonna kind of cover some stuff. I want to paint over the parts that are left. So maybe I'll leave, like a bird here. And I definitely don't want those. I want to paint over that. So maybe we'll just leave the bottom edge with the blue. Kind of like some of these little circles down here, so could leave some of that maybe. Let's see. I don't really care for that, but I like the one with the daisies here. So I'm just trying to kind of make some blocks, things here that I might, something a little thinner, I think, because I don't really want to paint over. Let's see. Now I want to cover that because I'm going to paint around it. Okay, I've already lost what I'm doing. All right. Okay, so what I cover is not going to have paint. Duh. So let's cover cover this little circle. I like it. And I like that little circle too, so we'll save that one too, maybe. There we go. Let's see. I like some of the leaves, so we'll save some of those. Maybe we'll save a little block of leaves here between. And I like the bird up here, like this bird, but I don't really like the stars. So we'll cover him up. Right, use the washi tape that you're not going to use on anything else for this, because you're going to end up using up some. I thought this would be fun too, that I'm thinking I'm going to do another one with like a coloring page or maybe a Zen doodle page, and then just kind of do like a bunch of triangles or geometric things and fill it in. Let's see, so we're going to fill that in, we're going to fill that in. Kind of like maybe a little bit of that to show. And what else? I don't really care about those. Okay, all right. Let's put some paint on here. So I have some acrylic Payne's Gray that I just pulled out that I thought I would use. I'm just gonna throw it on there as a base coat to cover up the parts that I don't want. So it's probably gonna take a couple of coats. If you're gonna paint over washi tape, you can paint along the edge, but because the edges are a little, might not be quite tacked down, it's better if you paint away from the edge. So, it kind of doesn't push the paint up under it. You'll get a cleaner edge that way. So, just kind of keep that in mind as you're painting. And I did put some scrap paper under here so I can go out over the edge. And I do think this is probably going to take a couple of coats, but I'll be interested to see what we get when we pull the tape off and we just have some dark places to work with. And then what I thought I might do a little stenciling and a little collage, on those spots, and maybe see what we can come up with. And I don't know if I want all the cells to be kind of the same things, kind of the same materials. Like maybe I'll stencil the whole thing to kind of get more of a background, and blend in the parts that I didn't paint. Like maybe I'll put a thing and stencil it over, maybe with gesso, or like yellow or something like that. That's kind of my thought. I don't really have a real plan. I just kind of have a sort of plan. A sort of plan. So that's my idea. And I just want to kind of see how it goes here. So maybe this won't take 2 coats. Maybe we'll just leave 1 coat, and if you can kind of see a shadow of some of the stuff underneath, then that's okay. And I don't know, you might be able to. Oops, I didn't quite get to the corner there, did I? On the edge there. I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm feeling a little lost. I did Motivational Mondays for a year, and now I'm feeling a little lost without doing it. Not that I really want to, because I was getting a little burned out on doing the same thing, but I was. It was something that I could count on, right? So it was something that made it easier for me sometimes to create because I kind of knew, you know, I had an idea of where I was going. I picked a quote, I did a layout, that kind of thing. So I'm feeling a little lost, but I'm also excited at not having as much of a formula. So that's part of what this is about. This is, you know, trying to branch out and do something a little bit different. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry and I'll be back and we'll pull off the washi tape and we'll see how it looks. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, it's pretty dry. So let's pull up some washi tape and see what we have here. May just be a mess, I don't know. But you know, if it's a mess, it's okay because we'll just put something over it. It won't be a big deal, right? Let's see. Got a little piece stuck there. And it's okay, like it bled a little bit there. Well, you know, we're gonna do a bunch of other stuff to it anyway, so. And I know the idea of grid journaling is to actually have a grid, and I don't have an actual grid, but I do have a few stripes. So that, you know, it might be interesting to do like just a page of design, like maybe a piece of scrapbook paper that has a lot of color and pattern on it. And like, what if you washi taped off different widths of stripes, like bigger at the bottom and then smaller at the top, and then covered it in paint and then put paint on it? That might be kind of interesting. We might have to try that just to see how that's gonna go, right? Might try that. I have some scrapbook paper that I probably won't be using, you know, so. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. We got bits of color down the edge here. We saved a bird. Okay, so I think I would like to use some gesso and put some dots like all over to just kind of push it all into the background a little bit. I thought about using more of a design, like a floral design would be pretty, I think. But I'm just not sure I really want design like back here. I think white in the background maybe would be good to just kind of blend it. I do think that I will be either stenciling or stamping maybe something in gold over the top. So I'm just gonna kind of use some gesso to push it all, kind of just marry it all together. That's if that makes sense. That's sort of just what I want. You know, if I put some design over all of it, a floral design would have been really good. But I do think I'm going to probably do that on a top layer in a metallic, because I like metallic paint on top. So that's kind of the idea there. So let's see. And you know, they're a little messy. It's okay. It's okay if they're a little messy. Let's see if I can get a little overlap here. Line it up. That way everything will kind of just be married together here. Oops, picked up some black, didn't mean to. Oh well. So some of those dots are going to be a little more gray. Well, the black underneath may not be quite as dry, you know, I mean, get a little more gesso. You know, you could use any color for this. Pick a color that you like. Don't have to use gesso. I just like it because it's a matte white, and it kind of just is neutral enough in the background to sort of marry it all. Let's see. Well, we'll go back up here because it's mostly dry and see if we can get that edge. here. There we go. Smeared it off the page a little bit there. That's okay. Like I said, doesn't really matter. We're gonna collage some stuff over it. Oh, I hear my cat playing with a jingle ball. She has these favorite little toys. So looks like I've gotten off kilter a little bit here, but again, like I said, does it really matter? No, it really does not. We're not worried about it. Okay. Yeah, I like that because then that kind of just, you know, just kind of marries it all there. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's do a little collage on here. I think well, maybe I'm gonna dry this and then we'll do a little collage. Okay, it's all dry. I just did a quick flip through of my scrap pile and mostly, well, it's a bag. So I just kind of flipped through and mostly I did it by feel. And then I kind of looked at the color. So, I'm looking at this blue, even though this isn't really the next page. The next page, is this kind of brown, but you kind of see the blue and I thought the brown was a little nondescript. So I thought I might stick to something that's in the blues and greens. This has a lot of blues and greens in it. So we'll just do a quick flip through here of what I took out. I took out some neutrals. There's a little bit of matte paper, some little scraps off of a pad. This is dyed paper, magazine pages. This is stenciled and stamped on packing paper. Ooh, here's a little bit of tissue. Oh, the inside of an envelope. Some text pages. A little more tissue, and then some handmade paper. So you've got all these little things to play with. And I thought when I was watching the video, she kind of used the same materials in each of her blocks. So I thought maybe I'd kind of do that. I'd do like kind of treat the black parts as the blocks and do things to those, you know, that maybe don't get done to everything now that we've kind of married the back with the stencil. So, I don't know, do we like the tissue? I feel like I like some of the tissue here. So I'm not gonna overthink this. I'm just gonna kind of do a little collaging. So whatever I put in the big block, I'm gonna put in the little block too, but something, you know, something similar, but not quite. And I have not pulled a magazine out to glue on, so I guess we'll use this. I'm gonna let that kind of wrinkle up a little bit, get some texture. Okay, and then I'll put a little piece here. So I'm just gonna kind of put pieces of the same materials in different places in the blocks. Different shapes, different placements. I may actually have to go get a magazine or something. And, you know, and if I go over the edges a little bit, that's okay. Again, it kind of just marries it. These are kind of, you know, marrying it. There's some more. Maybe one up there. There we go. I'm already liking that. That's fun. Okay, what else do we have? Let's see, tissue. Maybe some map page. Let's see. And I am really trying to just kind of randomly choose some stuff without overthinking it here. Just because I want to try to just build some things that are, you know, interesting but loose, and that feel unplanned. Maybe over here. And, you know, if some of the stuff gets covered up in a later layer, that's okay. I mean, I don't really have a plan. It's not like it has to be, you know, everything has to show. I know sometimes people are like, well, why did you do that if you're just going to cover it up? Well, I don't really know what I'm going to cover up right now. You know, I may have to put some Mod Podge or something over the top of this when I'm done after everything's down, just to make sure it all sticks. Because I'm not sure this is sticking well. But I don't want to get out the wet glue because, well, I guess I could dry the layers. I could dry it between layers. We'll see. When we're done sticking everything down, maybe I'll go ahead and throw a layer of glue over the top of it. I said Mod Podge, but I don't really have any Mod Podge. I have wallpaper paste that I use, which is just a thin white glue. You know, so if you have Elmer's glue or something like that, or just plain, you know, just plain white glue, whatever brand you have. Do we want some of this? I don't know, maybe not. That color seems a little much. How about some text? How about some text page? Just maybe something, you know, because I don't really love that edge. I just didn't want to get paint down on the paper beside it, so. Leave a little color, that's good. Like that. Just kind of trying to, you know, randomly put stuff on here. Let's see. Maybe along this edge, we can kind of cover up some of that edge. We can always do some doodling later over the top, which I might do. That might be fun to take a paint pen in a different color and just do some doodling over the top maybe. Let's see, did I miss a piece? I feel like, oh, yep, I missed one. Tutolo. Right, maybe here. I don't even know what this is. It's like, this is listing churches or something. It's like, okay, it's just a list. Oh. Excuse me. Okay. All right, so there's some of that text. What else do we want? Music page, maybe? Everything's better with music page as far as I'm concerned. Right, maybe. I'm just gonna, and I think we might drop in, maybe we'll doodle over it and then drop in some focal points. That might be nice. And we can kind of, all right, I'm overthinking it. I'm starting to lay it out here. What am I going to do? That's the point, is not to do that. So, gonna stop. Just gonna stop. Stop, Jenny. Stop. Stop overthinking it. Just put something down. And I think it's okay if we connect. I kind of like the idea of connecting across, right? here. All right. Maybe along here too. Let's see. Okay, so we got some there. Well, we kind of cheated there, didn't we? I'm not sure I like that. All right. There. That's better. Okay, anything else? I mean, I guess we could use some of the butterfly as a focal point, but maybe not. I think I'm liking just kind of sticking to some of the neutral things here. I thought I wanted a lot of the blues, but I don't think I do, because I think maybe I'm going to want to go in with a bright paint pen in a minute after we've done this other stuff. So I think I don't really want much of a design. That's kind of nice. Let's see, we get a torn edge here. Maybe something along there, a little stripe. That's nice. I like the contrast of the stripe there. So, oops. Put some over here as well. Maybe this way. Maybe over some of that book page there. All right, I've got this little piece left. I can stick him up here. Okay. All right, I think I'm done sticking stuff down there. So I am going to put a layer of glue over that just to make sure everything stays. So let me grab some glue, I'll put that on it and dry it, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I put a layer of glue on it and used my heat tool to dry it so that it's, you know, it's pretty good here, I think. I was gonna use my Artex paint markers, but then I saw these mixed media gel sticks and I haven't used them very much. And I thought I would like to try those to see, you know, how that might work. So I'm thinking I would like to try some of the really bright colors. They are a little fat, so I'm hoping we'll just kind of can use the edge. So my thought is I would try to kind of emphasize, you know, the shapes. Like here's a block, maybe here's one, and here's a rectangle. You know, and these kind of smudge a little bit too, so you can kind of smudge them out, you know. So I was thinking that might just be a good way to go. The colors are so bright. They're very buttery. I'm kind of sometimes not sure what to do. I buy materials and I really like them, but I'm not always sure what to do with them. And I feel like this is a good thing maybe to use with this. So I just want to kind of emphasize some of the shapes here. Maybe around that. Just kind of some of the blocks that I made. I think I like that. Not really sure. I feel like maybe it needs something else. Let's try a brighter blue. How about this color blue? Maybe on the inside of that yellow. Just a little something. Oh, I like that. And see, that kind of blends. It's making a little kind of green in places. You can see the blue and the green. That's kind of nice. Picking up some of that color, kind of smudging it out there. I don't know. We're just playing here, so you know, whatever we end up with is what we end up with. So I am trying to be a little less worried about the final product and more interested in the process. That's kind of, I have a couple of things that are my goals this year. One of them is to draw more, so I've been doing more in my sketchbook, and one of them is to plan a little less when I do a page. I have a tendency, I don't know about you guys, I have a tendency to worry that it's not perfect, it's not good enough, it's not this, it's not that, it's not whatever. And so I want to try to let go of that and just make something that's fun and, you know, what I think is, you know, just colorful. I like colorful. So I think maybe I want to stamp some stuff in metallic ink on there. So I'm going to leave this here for a second, and I will be right back with some metallic ink and a stamp. Okay, I don't know how this stamp will do, but we're going to try it. I thought the echoed the round the swirl, kind of echoed the dots, and you know, might be something interesting. So I have some color box pigment ink in gold. So we're gonna try it out. The stamp is old and it looks like it's got a lot of paint and stuff built up on it. So it's a foam stamp. So, you know, I don't know. I bought it in a big bag at a flea market or a discount store or something, you know, someplace, a used secondhand store. Okay, so I got a little bit of an impression there. What am I saying? Thrift store, you know, Goodwill type of place probably. I buy a lot of supply kind of things in those places because, you know, that way if you you know, end up not liking it too much or don't use it very much, you're not out a lot. Okay, well that's kind of cool. So I can see a little bit of a shimmer. It's not real distinct, but that's okay because I don't know that I need big swirls. I just kind of want some metallic reflecting up on the page. So I'm liking this. Just gonna do a few more here. Maybe one up here. Pull this down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. It's really subtle. So maybe one more here and a little bit here. You can kind of go off the page a little there. So you can see it's kind of, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of a grainy because the stamp had absorbed so much paint. It's not real smooth. But that's okay. I mean, it's okay. I don't care that it's not smooth. I kind of like the texture. Okay. All right, I think that's good. I want to take off these little pieces of paper underneath here and see what we've got. I'm going to put this here. I like that. It might be easier to see if I put some there just so you can kind of see the page. Yeah, I'm actually liking that a lot. I like the color, I like the gold, I like how the yellow and the blue kind of have blended into green. I like that you can see little bits of what was here. The bird is kind of encased in a swirl. A couple little things down here. You can see little bits of the leaves there. I like that a lot. Okay, so I would like to put maybe a focal point on a couple of the little, like, I feel like up here the bird is kind of the focal point. I might put some little something here, but I feel like we could use a couple of things down in here, like something here maybe, and maybe here to kind of pull our eye up to the bird. So I have a few little things here that I pulled out. So I picked out, I've got my little small cutouts. There's some really pretty little flowers that maybe we could kind of go across there. I don't know. I wonder if I should stick to birds since there's a bird at the top. I have some stamps. And I have some faux stamps as well. So like I have this faux stamp that I made. Might be pretty there. That one's kind of pretty with the colors, I think. Let's see. Here's a stamp with a bird on it. And that kind of goes with that bird there. If we did, I don't know. That seems like a little much. We have that here. What can we put here? Something, I feel like we need something pulling our eye. I like this guy up here. I feel like we look at him. I just think we need something maybe sitting on top. I don't know, maybe we don't look at him. Maybe we need, no, I don't want to cover him up. I really like him. We could use a real stamp up here. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have to go in with some black maybe and outline a little bit. Just to pull the bird out up here a little bit more. I like the butterfly there. That's nice. So we've got a flower and a butterfly. Here's a different one. Is this one better? No, I like this one. That one's nice. Let's see, digging through here really fast just to see. Oh, this one's nice. Oh, he's pretty. I like that one. Let's see. I'm looking to see if I've got any other bird, anything. Maybe a bird, something for the bottom down here. What do we have? I have some of these little birds. He might be cute. Might have to get some scissors and trim him a little bit here. I don't know. Let's see. Do we want to tear it or do we want to trim it? Well, we'll try tearing it first because we can always trim it after, right? Sometimes it's hard to tear exactly where you want to tear. Do it in little chunks. Do it bitty chunks. And that piece is too straight, so that needs to come off. What do we think? He could sit here and we could have the butterfly up here going towards that bird there. I don't know. What do you think? I kind of like that. That's pretty nice. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Another one of those little birds. Here's a different bird. Nope, I think I like that one. A little more whimsical, right? Do we have, oh, looks like we have, we could have him sitting on some little, like a berry branch maybe if we wanted to. Or a leaf coming up here. He could sit on that. That's kind of nice like that. Okay. All right. So we're not going to overthink it. We're going to use those. And then I think I'm going to pull out a black paint marker and kind of loosely go around some of this stuff. What do you think? Should we cut him out? This one, they're all a little more cut out. Maybe we should cut him out. Grab some scissors. I just feel like since this is trimmed carefully and so is that, and that one's kind of, you know, part of the background, maybe he will look better if we cut him out. Just to, not that they all have to go together, but, you know, since the other ones, it kind of looks like maybe it would go better. You know, I think one of the things I really like about doing this kind of stuff is there's no right or wrong. However you do it is the right way to do it, because it's just a creative endeavor, you know, that you're just making something, and doesn't have to be perfect. It's, you know, perfectly imperfect. It's that whole, you know, the whole wabi-sabi kind of idea, which we've talked about before and made some layouts with some wabi-sabi stuff. You know, but what do you think? Here or here? I think here. Yeah, I think I like him better cut out. So, and I think, oh, that one's kind of brown. All right, so let's get some glue on these guys. Let's get some glue on here, and then we'll, oops, too much glue. And then we'll grab a paint marker, I think, and maybe do a little emphasizing. After all, didn't think we were going to, but there we go. I'll have him sitting on top of that. And I don't think I'm going to draw carefully around him. I think I'm just going to kind of draw generally out around him. Okay, I'm pushing too hard on these and getting glue up over the edge on the top. Let's see, he went there. Okay. All right. Press him down here. Okay. Well, that glue does not want to stick today. I don't know why. Maybe it's the waxy crayons underneath. Okay, all right. All right, let me grab a paint pen and then we'll finish up this thing. Okay, I've got my Artex acrylic markers here, which are a lot of fun. I'm having a really good time with these. I would encourage you to swatch them though. You know, if you, any markers you get, you should do your own swatch because the color swatches that come with it, you know, are from a printer and they may not look quite the same. You know, canary melon here and canary melon here are not quite the same. So, you know, be sure that you swatch your markers. And I always just put it in the box with them. Some people, or in the bin, wherever I'm going to keep it. Some people like to put it in their sketchbooks, but I like it with the markers. So, all right, let's kind of just do a loose outline here. Of that, and another one here. And then one up here of the bird as well. So we can see that he's part of the focal points that we're supposed to be looking at. There we go. And now we're kind of moving up the page. Let's see, do we want to do anything else? Do we want some little marks in places maybe? Just some little random marks. Do we want to do some dots in the middle of some of the white? Why not? Got the pen out. Why don't we just, you know, throw some things in there, right? What else? Seems like we should probably do something else. Maybe emphasize the different areas. Right? Like that. Maybe this one. Let's see. There's one this way. This one here, kind of going here. Yeah, and then we kind of have some different areas that we can look at, like that. What else? Maybe one over here. Maybe something up here. I'll go ahead and do. Okay. All right. So looking at it, I think I liked it better before I started probably doing all the doodles on it, but that's okay because, you know, that just means that sometimes I don't know when to stop. But I do like it. I like the colors. I think it's fun. And a lot of times after I look at something for a while, I like it better again after I look at it. So I hope you will, you know, try doing some different things. Maybe try some of that cell journaling. That's kind of, or grid journaling, I guess. I might do an actual grid over here. I'm thinking I might do another one and do an actual grid where I do something. So that's, you know, that might be kind of fun to do something similar but different over on the opposite page. Two different things of the same kind of thing, you know, two different ways to do the same kind of thing. So it's a thought. I'm not really sure. So I might do that later. But thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time. Please hit that like button. It really helps me out, and I appreciate you being here. Until next time, remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.